Hello, my name is Cynthia Tellez. I am a counseling and community psychology major, and I am finally a senior. Hopefully, I will graduate next year if all goes well. I am Latina. Both of my parents are from Mexico, but I was born here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and I've lived here all my life in New Mexico, not in Cruces. My first language is Spanish. Both my parents only spoke Spanish when I was growing up, and all my family in Mexico did as well. So my first language was Spanish, and I actually didn't start learning English until I was about 8 years old. And that's when I asked my mom to place me in an ESL classroom because I was getting bullied at school and I wanted to stop that. So they would call me and my friends, my classmates, they would call us the Spanish kids. And so yeah, I wanted to learn English. And so I asked my mom to place me in an ESL class and she did. And so I'm very grateful for that because now I'm bilingual. And let's see, a tradition that my family and I do. So for New Year's, for as long as I can remember, we've always gotten grapes. We each get 12 grapes, and right at midnight we eat the grapes, and you make a wish for each month of the year. So for example, at midnight you say, for January I want to have good health or whatnot and so on. So that's a tradition that I've always really liked and I still continue to do even though I don't really go with my family for New Year's anymore. Um, Foods that are very common in my family and my tradition are tacos, tamales, pozole, and chiles en nogada. Those are pretty much like my favorite foods from like my culture. And music from my culture, I would say, are banda, corridos, norteñas, and Spanish rap like Cartel de Santa and Spanish rock like Maná, Enanitos Verdes, etc. Um, I am really proud of my culture and my heritage, and so um, I try to be as authentic. Moving on to my culture bag, I wanted to start with a limon, and that's like really weird, but I put limon on pretty much everything, and salsa too, but I didn't have any fresh salsa to put in my bag. But limon I put in like all my food. You can put it in tacos, you can put it in menudo, you can put it in your pozole. I sometimes even put it in my enchiladas, believe it or not. So I just really, really like limones. And I feel like at my mom's house, she always, and she still to this day always has a lot of limones at her house. Like you can go to my mom's if you ever need limones and you'll find some, which is something that as like now that I'm older than I've gone to other people's houses, I'm like, oh, you guys don't have limones, so I wanted to share that. And then I have this toy from Mexico, as you can see, and it's just a little toy that they sell. Oh, I got stuck. It's a little toy that they sell like in downtown Juarez or other places in Mexico, and I think it's really cool because it like represents like Mexican culture. Like it's a common toy that you find in Mexico, and a lot of people buy it and bring it back to the States, like as a little souvenir, if you will. And I've had this for a long time. As you can tell, it's like pretty faded, but this is just like again me being proud of like my culture and like how I think we have like these amazing like ideas. And so I have that, and then I also have this. Oh, it's stuck. This is from, if you're not familiar, it's like Catholic. Like I'm not Catholic myself, I'm Christian, but my grandma and my mom are Catholic. My grandma was Catholic, and so she always really was really strong in her faith, and that's something that I really looked up to her, and it's something that I want to achieve. And although I'm not Catholic, it's something that I treasure. You know, I respect other religions, and um, I think that's important. And then I have this book, and although this book is not written, or it's a poetry book actually, but although this book is in Spanish, it's not written by a Mexican writer. She's Salvadorian. But I really like this because it's so vibrant, not only in color, but the poetry in it as well. And it just reminds me to support other Latinas. And so that's why I wanted to share this. And then I have these, a picture of my mom and my grandma. This is from my grandma when she passed away. And this is my mom when she was around 25, close around my age. And I'm a really big feminist. And so these two ladies are like the reason why I'm a feminist, and because of them I am who I am, and so they made it in my culture bag. And that's me in a nutshell, I guess.